Alright, let's break down one of the biggest headlines this week. Trump's deportation plan just ran into a brick wall at the Supreme Court. Here's what actually happened. So, the Trump administration wanted to fast-track the deportation of a group of Venezuelan migrants in northern Texas. They said these migrants were connected to a gang, and they leaned on a super-old law, the Alien Enemies Act from way back in 1798, to try and do it. But the Supreme Court said, hold up, the key issue? These migrants got barely 24 hours notice before being shipped out, and the notice was only in English. The justices pointed out that's simply not enough time for anyone to get legal help or even understand what's happening, especially if they don't speak the language. One case stood out. A man named Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was deported to El Salvador even after a court told the government not to do it. The court used this as a prime example of why due process actually matters. Trump, of course, was not happy. He jumped on Truth Social to blast the court, saying they were stopping him from removing criminals, though the ruling didn't actually say anything about whether the Alien Enemies Act was being used legally. And just to be clear, this decision was narrow. The Supreme Court didn't rule on whether Trump could use the Alien Enemies Act this way. They just said the process was unfair. The case is heading back to a lower court, and in the meantime, the administration can still try other immigration laws if they want those deportations to go through. Justice Kavanaugh chimed in to say, look, the courts need to make sure everything's legal before people get deported. But Justices Alito and Thomas weren't convinced. They thought the Supreme Court broke its usual rules here. So bottom line, the fight isn't over, but for now Trump's plan is on ice, and due process stands strong.